everybody, welcome along to the 4X Annex on an early morning, but we're not here to do a race right away. We're here to have a look at my webcam. Now, this is the webcam that I've been using for quite a while now, and you guys will know, but sometimes it starts to struggle if I start to move around, and you can see it gets darker, lighter, because I cannot lock the white balance unless I go onto manual exposure, but the manual exposure makes everything really stuttery and blurry. So, we're looking for an upgrade for a while, one that's going to work in low light, and I think the only solution to the problem is to get a decent camera with clean HDMI output so I can stream and run it through a capture card. So first of all, the capture card I've gone for, I know there are a lot of Chinese ones out on the market that probably do the job just as well, but I've just played it safe and gone for an Elgato one. And the camera itself, which will replace the current camera, which you can see here now, flickering away as I move my hands up and down. The camera that's going to replace this Logitech Brio 4K is this, the Canon M200. Now, a lot of people out there have been using the M200. A lot more people have been using the Sony Alpha 5100. Fairly similar cameras. Lots of different reviews here, different things about each one. But hopefully, you guys will see a difference. So what I'm going to do is quickly run a side-by-side feed when I've got this set up with this camera and the Canon, and we'll see how different they look. And here we have it, the first side by side. Of course, I don't know which camera to look at right now, so the camera I'm looking at right now is this one here. This is the old guy. You can see, obviously, as I'm moving around, it's sort of perhaps struggling to keep the lighting consistent, but it's done me proud. Good old camera. Now this one, hopefully with a bit of tweaking, we'll get it precisely where we want it to be. So this one right here is the Canon EOS M200 with the Elgato 4K capture card. Now, we're not running in 4K. The reason for that is, although this camera can do 4K, it will limit the output to around 24 frames per second. So we don't want that. So we're running both of these at the same frames per second, and this is your first side-by-side. Now, of course, I have only just set up the camera. I've done some very small tweaks to things like the light balance and that kind of stuff, but we'll work on that a bit, fine-tune it over the next few videos, hopefully. Now, it would seem a shame if we don't use this camera here at all, so expect something else from this camera. Maybe we'll pop you up here so you can look over my shoulder, and we'll give you a quick preview of what that might look like, but we're going to do this properly at some point, so bear with me. Oh, like Annika Rice this, isn't it? So, if we pop this around here at some point, you'll see this on stream over here in the where is it? Over there. I could literally just point to the thing, Damien. There, it's there. So you'll see that. You'll see that's where my camera's now set up, the new Canon EOS M200. And a bit of weird. Ooh. Easily pleased is what it is. Anyway, so we are going to make use of that camera. That's not going to be the end of the road for it. Let's head off for another comparison of actually driving on track and see what the difference is there. Well, here we are in the Skippy.
There's a car behind. Take care, rejoin him.
There isn't, Jim. Now, this is the scene, of course, that you're all used to. So this is the Logitech Brio that we're running right now. I'm just going to do a quick switch to the new one. And here we are on the new camera. I've got to look at the right camera, haven't I? So this is the difference without me really playing around with the settings. So this is what we're running with at the moment. Now, to give you a much better idea as we're driving around, I'm actually going to put both cameras on. Can't really drive and do that at the same time, so this is a nice side-by-side for you. And I think the difference is if I start moving my hands, of course, the top image you see there is the old camera, and you can see that it does struggle with keeping the white balance where it should be, the darkness, contrast, etc. Tries to help out, doesn't do a very good job. And hopefully the new camera will do a better job at that. Ooh, cold tyres. Sorry, I was having a bit of fun there. Which camera I'm looking at? Both of you. In the Skippy, but hopefully this gives you a bit of a demonstration of what you can expect in coming videos. So I'm going to stop that there, and from now on, you're going to see me in this camera here, and not this one. This one's going to be put to another use. let me know in the comments what you think about the changes. There we have it, the first steps to a new webcam. So remember, this is the Canon EOS M200, and we're going to start playing around with this more and more as we do some more races. Right now, before we leave, one last thing that we need to get on top of is this audio delay. So of course, there's a little bit more effort for the visual to get into OBS than it is for my microphone, so you can tell there's a little bit of a delay. So that delay, it turns out, by playing around with a little bit with the settings, is about 150 to 200 milliseconds. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop this here, and then you'll see what the difference is when I actually synchronize that a bit better. And here we go now. Hopefully this has solved that problem. Hopefully you can see that my mouth and my words are a bit more in synchronization. But we'll do some playing around with that as well, like I say, as well as the lighting and as well as the settings on the camera. But for now, I'm going to wish you guys a great week or weekend, whatever it is you're going to do. Give this video a quick like if you can on the way out, if you found this helpful, if you're going to be considering upgrading to a camera like the Canon or a Sony or a Panasonic, those kind of things. Be sure to make sure that the camera's capable of a clean HDMI output, so that when you're talking like this, you haven't got bits around you showing battery levels and white balance and that kind of stuff. And if you're really unsure, then Elgato does have a compatibility list as well, so you can check that. Of course, the Canon M200 is on there, so that's why I went for this one. But have a great week or weekend, whatever it is you guys are going to do, and I'm going to leave you guys with a couple of videos of me racing that hopefully you really want to watch.